Good afternoon or evening, wherever you are, and welcome to the first ever NA Professors. I'm joined today by you guys have, if you've been playing on the ladder for the last year or so, you've probably ran into him, you've probably gotten smacked around by him. I'm joined today by WaterFudge. WaterFudge, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
I'm pretty good. Cool. Well, to start things off, so NA Professors is essentially, this stream we're going to be talking to a pro player from NA and kind of picking his brain, getting some ideas on how he plays, where he came from, all that stuff. But before we get into that, I do want to talk about the limited emote drops. You saw them last week during the Jeopardy event, but they're back again this week. However, I did a little bit of pushing, did a little bit of fighting, and I got us way more emotes to give out. So that's going to be revealed at some point during the stream when WaterFudge kills either Alpha or Omega. But there's way more emote redemptions this time, so don't worry about it. But you still want to be fast because, hey, they are still somewhat limited. But WaterFudge, welcome to the program, man. How are you doing? How's things going?
Everything's been good recently.
Do you want to... Oh, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I
was gonna say, do you want to give us a little bit of sort of background on you with ERBS? Like, when did you start playing ERBS? And if you want to, you can tell us a little bit about your gaming history in general, especially if you've played anything competitively in the past.
Before ERBS, I played a lot of League. And, like, I started playing League since I was, like, 2nd grade.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wait, League was out when you were in 2nd grade?
Yeah. Oh, wait, yeah. Wait, no.
Oh,
5th grade. Oh my goodness.
Okay. Like, dang. Well, cool. Yeah. In League of Legends, were you ever like playing at like a high level? Were you challenger, playing on pro teams or anything?
I reached Grandmaster for one day and dropped out of it immediately.
Nice. So yeah, so like ERBS, what's your history with the ERBS? How'd you find it? How'd you get into it? All that good stuff.
So I found out when I was watching Korean, League streamer. He was playing the game. It looked really fun, so I tried it out. But like, I started playing only duos because I don't like playing like solo kind of game. Because I rely on my teammates a lot. That's why I play League a lot too.
So speaking of duos, I mean, I've played duos with you in the past. Do you? As of today, I mean, I see you mostly playing solo. Do you feel like you've mostly transitioned from a duos player into a solos player, or do you still like playing both modes?
I prefer duos over solos because I get to like talk to people while playing it, which is pretty fun.
Yeah, most people know that I'm definitely a duos preferrer, but yeah, that's really cool. So when it comes to ERBS, what is it about ERBS that really sort of captured your attention, really made you want to come back to playing it more and more?
I never seen a MOBA battle royale before. It just looked really interesting because I like battle royale. Like, I played a lot of battle royale games before this too.
Yeah, it's definitely on the unique side. Now I want to talk to you more about character choices, because that's sort of the thing that I mean, me personally, that's what I sort of know you for compared to most of the top NA players. Most of the top NA players tend to really just like play one character and stick to that one character, but you play a huge variety of stuff. You're like the absolute opposite of a one-trick pony. So why is it that you are so willing to play such a wide variety of characters?
I don't like to play like same character like for a long time because I get really bored of it easily, and I also like to follow like the meta, and like good characters are good, bad character it gets nerfed, it gets buffed.
Yeah. So do you say, I mean, going off of that, would you say that you mainly pick your character that you're like currently playing just based off of like what's strong in the meta? Because that's like a totally respectable thing to do, honestly.
It's hard to do that because I don't like some characters, and just because it's good, I don't have fun playing it.
Are there any characters that you specifically chose to never go towards, even if they were strong?
Barba, it's like not my play style. It's like weird for me, so I cannot play her at all.
Yeah, Barbara Barbara. Okay, so, but what about Barbara that you didn't like? Was it the fact that she was just so linear with just the RW spam type stuff, or you didn't like turrets?
The turret. I don't like doing like a turret thing where you're relying on one of the ability, and what is it? She can't chase as well either. I like character that can like chase and escape well.
That makes sense. So instead of just talking about the characters that you didn't end up liking over time, which characters have you mostly gravitated towards? Which characters are your favorites?
Oh, I played a lot of Magnus season 2 because I was having a lot of fun with it. I haven't played that character like before that much. Then I started playing because it looked good. Then yeah, I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, I mean, I would say you probably weren't even at all known for playing Magnus going into Season 2, but coming out of Season 2, you were definitely one of the most prolific tank Magnuses when that was like really, really strong in the meta. And I want to get more into the whole tank Magnus thing in a little bit, but yeah, so that's basically... Would you say that's sort of like a good summary of who you are as a player? How would you describe yourself as a player? What are your strengths? Like, what is the WaterFudge overall strategy brand?
Most of the time, I like playing tank characters. But like, I also like third-partying just fights. That's fun.
So just like really strong sort of situational awareness, game awareness, showing up at the right time and being safe at the right time.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's, I mean, when it comes to ERBS, that's like some of the most valuable sort of gameplay, I mean, strengths that you can have. That is sort of ERBS to boil it all the way down is just being in the right place at the right time, having the right build, having the right character in the right situation, right? So I want to go actually into I want to go into a game. Do you want to get right into our games?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead and queue us up. We are going to be doing some normal matches today. We were thinking about maybe doing some ranked, but we didn't want to gamble on the queue times, so we're just going to do some norms. WaterFudge, who are you going to bring out in this first game, or have you not even decided yet?
I haven't decided, actually.
Haven't even decided. So, for any new players out there who are trying to just pick up a new character and are struggling to figure out where to even start, whenever you approach a new character, what is your strategy for learning a new character? Like, do you go for the builds first? Do you try to study their skills? Do you just run it out into a normal and see how it feels? What's your general game plan?
Like running into a game first, because it just shows me how the character is played in the game, or how the character should be played. You get to learn the skills.
Makes sense. How do you, like, aside from just figuring out the skills and everything, how do you approach learning that new character though? Like, do you necessarily, like, do you watch maybe streams of someone who's already been playing the character? Do you check out what a top player's doing, or do you try to innovate from the ground floor? Also, I see that branch in that block build.
Yeah. I like watching a lot of like YouTube videos, and I look at a lot of top leaderboards in KR2, and just like based off of that, because they're doing good, so there must be something good with the character.
That's true. So basically, you do your homework. You make sure that you prepare in some way.
Yeah.
Well, that stream is. Yeah, sorry for the graphical glitches. It keeps showing Magnus on the pond bridge. I don't know why. But yeah. Well, okay. So when it comes to your builds, actually, I was going to ask you that too. Do you do any sort of innovation on your own builds, or do you mostly just, you basically just look for what the top players are doing, copy that, or do you like maybe start with that and then iterate on it? Like, what's your process with builds?
I just like copying it, but like I just see what I can transition to in the middle of the game if I can. What's better?
Yeah, that makes sense. So when we go into this first game, I would really want you to sort of run us through your thought process for basically everything that you're doing. Like, when you're looting certain things, when you're going for certain locations, give us some insight as to why you're doing the things that you're doing, what the decision making is. Just give us that train of thought, because that's what I am sort of really curious to know about.
That's gonna be interesting.
just if it's in your head that you're doing something for any reason, just let it out. Just give us the thought process as to why. I want some of this Let's Play live commentary as you're playing.
Okay.
So I saw that you picked Magnus.
Okay.
Are you going for an amp build or a tank build?
Went for an amp build because I feel like the movement speed nerf on the Magnus recently that hurt the auto attack Magnus a lot.
So is the auto attack like, or you could call it bonk Magnus, you could call it tank Magnus. Is the auto attack variant dead, or is it wow,
it's just not as good as before.
Why is the Discord so pixelated right now?
Oh, it's...
Hold on, guys. We're having a little bit of technical issues with this stream. It is... There we go. Probably a little bit better. Yeah, so run us through your thought process. While you're looting over here in archery, what's going on in your head?
I started by myself in archery, which is pretty rare. So I ran like closest to alley I can, so I can get there fast as possible with the movement speed buff when you spawn with it.
So a lot of new players, in my opinion, a mistake that a lot of new players end up making is that they spend too much time crafting food at the start of the game. What is your game plan for food in the early parts of the game? Do you just kind of ignore all food until you've finished most of your build? Is it route dependent? What's your game plan with early game food?
I would normally make like one stack of a good, like decent food for early game, then like one stack of good SP food so you can open boxes.
So decent food to you is like what, garlic bread or?
Yeah, garlic bread is good. Like even mocha bread if you can make it in your route, that's really good for early game. Where did my garlic go?
You made honey garlic. Yummy.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Yummy. Hey, look, honey garlic is good. Don't hit on honey garlic.
Yeah. No, I'm probably just gonna go to forest as fast as possible so I can get the gemstones.
So, the acceleration gates, have they really changed anything for you in terms of routing? Are you more willing to just sort of run between zones instead of teleporting?
Oh, it's definitely better to run through the zones if you can. Because like the speed boost is huge at the start when you can loot.
Yeah, like those acceleration gates have definitely changed like a lot for me in terms of routing and stuff. And also it just speeds up the early game looting process a lot, which is pretty nice.
Probably not gonna loot this side because they dropped the battery here. Ooh. So that someone's been looted there.
So if you see signs of somebody having already been there, it's sort of a sign that they've probably already looted it too, so it's not really worth checking.
Yeah.
Makes sense, makes sense.
I need these wolves so I can get the wool and the leather so I can make my, what is it, commander's armor. So I can get tanky as soon as possible.
So we just hit the start of night 1, and you're already at essentially, you're almost full build. You're just missing what, like one more pickaxe and a bandage?
Yeah.
It's really fast. It's a really fast build.
Yeah. It's fast routes are important in this game because you could die early if you don't have anything. They will just chase you down, and you will just be sent back to lobby. So if you can make your items as fast as possible, it's really good.
So now that you're almost full build, I mean, like finishing a golden bracelet into a drop near, not the biggest upgrade in the world. So now that you're basically full build, what's on your mind? Like, what are you trying to do? Are you looking to chase pings? Are you looking to maybe secure materials for like rare transition pieces? Are you looking to farm traps, food? What's your game plan as soon as you finish that first build?
With this build, I want to look for a meteorite as fast as possible because I want to make Kundana. If I can get another meteorite, I can make a Kundala.
Okay, so it's basically contest all the meteors when they drop on the map.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Has Kundala changed much of your opinion on Magnus in general as an AMP character? Because I know Kundala has been a pretty big game changer when it comes to the meta. Being a tanky AMP piece is like such a valuable place to be. Like HP is an incredibly powerful stat, and AMP on characters who care about their AMP, it makes it an incredibly powerful stat. So yeah, how's Kundala sort of changed the meta for Magnus?
It gives him the movement speed that he needs, and it gives like a lot of amp so he can actually kill people. Because as AMP Magnus, you have to one-shot them with your full combo, or you can't like really fight them, because they can fight back after you use their everything.
Makes sense.
So I'm probably gonna go to pawn now since the meteorite spawning. I normally don't fight for Omega and Alpha because they're really contested. I only go there if I need it, or I'm like Giga strong.
Or if there's a special event where our viewers get emote codes when you kill Omega or Alpha.
It'll happen.
We're gonna force you to do it at the very least. If we make it to the last game and you still haven't killed it, I'm gonna be like, all right, Fudge, just go kill it. Like I don't care about your progress. Ooh.
Oh, so,
TP indicator.
Oh, I just used my E on the board, so that's unlucky. I probably could have. Oh.
Oh my gosh, he just melted.
Yeah.
So in that situation, I could tell that you were being very patient. Oh, hold on. Looks like you ran into a tank Magnus. So I was gonna say, I could tell you were being very patient with your second Q, or sorry, your second E, because you'd used the first one on the board. But your second one that was gonna come back, rather than just slamming it instantly, it seemed like you were waiting for the opportunity for the Adela to be in a very obviously stunnable position. When it comes to Magnus and his E, how important is the terrain that you're fighting here?
Oh, it's so important for Magnus because that's your win con in most of the fights. Cause it's like Magnus. I don't think Magnus can fight in beach well.
I was gonna say,
like nothing.
That's literally what I was about to say. Is that like I play a lot of Magnus too, so it's very much on my mind. Magnus cannot fight on beach, right? Like a lot of these zones that are just super open, not a lot of walls to slam people into. You just can't fight, right?
It's hard to fight.
Because if you don't have that, it's just like if you don't have that wall to stun on, you can see it right there. A lot of your combo takes time to come out, and if you don't have that time, they'll just walk away while you're setting up the full burst. Oh my god! Wow.
That was probably open. I probably didn't need that one.
Look, if it works, it works.
Yeah, I just wanted to guarantee it.
Yeah.
So it's when Magnus don't have bike, it's like really dangerous because that's their like only real escape as the character's kid. So I gotta play careful when I don't have bike. So I want to go into like zones where there's like a lot of walls, so I can like wall stun them and run away if I can.
So if your bike's on cooldown, do you make a very like mental note of the fact that you need to be near walls and you need to be in more congested like terrain zones?
Yeah, I need to like go places where there's no one is, like walls, so I can smack them to the walls so I can run away after they do that.
Interesting. What's something about Magnus that you think nobody really knows when they're first playing the character? And that like if you had advice for someone just picking up the character, what would be the number one thing you would say?
It's hard to say because Magnus, it looks like a character that can be like easily played, but you have to be like really aggressive or like really like knowing the game to play it.
You have to understand basically like every matchup before you fight it. Like you need to know your power evaluations, because do you feel like if once Magnus gets into a fight, it's hard for him to get out of that fight, especially if he's committing his bike?
Yeah, it's really hard to get out because you have like nothing else to escape with. So you gotta be careful whenever you use any of your abilities, especially as amp, because these are all low cooldown.
How has his W being made into an unstoppable changed the way that you play fights?
The unstoppable is like, wait, give me a second. Unstoppable is really good because this character was like able to be kited every time and they will just stun you. But if you use your unstoppable,
oh my god, that stun! That was so dirty. Oh my god!
I did not expect that to stun either. That
was gorgeous. You're supposed to say I expected that to stun. That was all planned.
Yeah, all planned. Even after the E nerf, the distance change.
Oh my god, that was filthy.
Yeah. Oh, what was I saying?
Unstoppable on W.
Oh, unstoppable on W. Like there in the Emma fight, like my W was actually I don't know. My W was supposed to unstoppable it, but I was still spinning or something while I was rabid.
Good kill, nicely done.
Alright, there's a lot of like things about Magnus that people probably won't know. Like you can craft while you're like walking.
Wait,
with
what?
your R. Yeah.
Wait. What?
I'll show you.
You have to show me. Okay, you have to show me.
Yeah.
I didn't know
I need
about
something
that.
I can craft.
Craft while you're walking?
Yeah. Oh wow, this might be the game. Wow, that's real quick.
Guys, get your coupon redemptions ready. It looks like you might have an Omega kill here.
Omega is really strong.
There it is. Omega has been slain. I will not reveal it quite yet. Give me 1 second. I gotta get it ready. Are you ready? Okay, we're about to reveal the emote code, so get ready to type in your coupon redemptions in-game. The emote code is being revealed in a second. The emote code is Alpha Omega. Go in game and type that in. Get your cool watermelon and ice cream emotes.
Lucky for you guys. I can't type mine in. I need my emotes still.
we'll get you your emotes. We'll get you your emotes. You're here on stream. We'll get you the emotes. Don't worry. That would be really unfair. So as we're getting into, I'd say we're getting close to the late game. Do you bother with Wick at all, or do you just try to steal it if it's convenient?
Wick is like pretty good on Amp Magnus because the new hammer, the Peace Springer, I think that's what it's called.
The armor penetration one, right?
Yeah, the Omni Siphon is really good. It's like the healing off of that is actually really good for the fight, and the damage increases by a lot with that armor pen.
Do you think Omni Siphon has changed Magnus much at all?
I don't think it changed much. Like in the Amp, maybe it might have changed a bit, but not for like normal Magnus as well, because it's hard to get. Like Wick Line's really contested in the game.
I see that Jan over there has Phoenix gloves. How do you feel about? Well, first of all, how do you feel about Jan in general, and how do you feel about Phoenix gloves in general?
Jan, I kind of have like
the Phoenix or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I kind of haven't seen this character like much in the game yet, so like I'm not sure what about him. But Phoenix glove, the smolder, that thing is like, if you can get that, I think you can win like almost any fight. Because it's like the burn damage is really strong over time.
Yeah, Phoenix Glove's really, really good. Oh, well, he's dead, but it was the thought that counted. Yeah, Jan's super cool. I think Jan is like legitimately one of my favorite character releases of like all time. I think he's super cool.
Oh, the Wick Line dodged my Q.
Wick Line jukes.
That.
Magnus's. How do you feel about Magnus's solo Wick take? Not counting his Wick steal, but his Wick take.
It's not good, but it's not like terrible.
Yeah.
It's not like a safe to do when there's like people around. Like you need to know if there are people in your zone or not if you want to do it. So, like I only did it there and pulled out the wick from research center because there's no one around. If there was people, I would have done that.
Do you ever go for traps?
Traps. I mean, when I play ISO, I do because like that's his like main part of the character. It's like, but like most of the characters, I kind of don't because I focus more on like I make a lot of foods like in the game. I'm just like to make sure that I'll be healthy for like the later on in the game.
Mm.
I'm looking for a short rod and hammer to make the peace bringer, but it seems like all of them are gone.
So I noticed that there is there's a short rod. There's currently a Axe Jackie that's kind of popping off in the lobby. How is Axe Jackie into Magnus? Do you have any experience with that matchup? Is there any, you know, do you feel like it's in your favor at all? What's up with Axe Jackie v Magnus?
If you can't one-shot him and he has lifesteal, I think you kind of lose the fight.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because you're basically you're one big combo, and if your one big combo doesn't kill, and then they have that, you know, open cooldown period where they can heal it back up, you're probably in pretty bad shape, right?
Yeah. That's leather. Like
약한 녀석들은 시체가 될 뿐이지.
The dance of the Magnuses.
Yeah. No wolves. I like the and hate the change of the timer spawn. Like you can as you can see it, cause like it kind of gets rid of like the skill that people have to like count like remember what's kill at what time. But it also like helps a lot if you don't have any timer. Like if you didn't see it before, like when it was killed.
Yeah, I see both sides of that. I think that I agree with both. Definitely always good to have a lot of skill expression, and if you can show that you're able to keep track of those timers, it's good for you, but also like at the same time it's a BR where you can't really see everything that happens on the map all the time, and you can't be expected to have vision of everything, so coming into a fresh zone and seeing the actual timers is kind of nice. It's pretty nice. So you don't have to just be guessing about stuff.
I like to grab console like when I get to the zone immediately because I want to make sure who's around, so I don't like start a fight when there's like another person, like more than one person, and then I just get third party, and that was so.
So when you enter a zone, actually that's actually really a good point when it comes to being in sort of any mid to late game situation. Would you only be in a zone if you had console vision of it, pretty much? Or would you like be that, or sorry, would you go to turn on the console as like your first point of action in any new zone that you come into?
That's what I normally try to do, but if there's other people like blocking it, it's like hard to do.
Yeah, if they're gatekeeping it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The thing about scatty is like, I think the skill amp percent is like a lot better on the amp Magnus.
Really?
Yeah, it increases the burst of damage, but scatty gives you a lot of tankiness. So I think I'm probably gonna learn that actually.
I was gonna say the Scotty should probably also make your W stronger, but the drop near would make your other skills a little bit stronger. Oh no! I thought that was gonna hit. I thought that was such a clean shot.
Yeah, almost.
Ah, so close.
So now I know that Magnus doesn't have the bike anymore, and he didn't hit a mob either, so his cooldown was like fully like 100-second-ish. So like, I wanna probably fight him before he gets his bike up again, so he can't run away again. It's a really good, what is it, when you're against Magnus, you gotta know his bike cooldown, if he can escape, or like burst you down, or kill steal. So I probably want to fight Jackie before my wick runs out, because wick on my buff is really good. Wow, that Jackie's holding his axe really weird. Right.
What is happening? Yeah, we it's a little strange.
Yeah. I don't think I can get this guy. He can just jump away if he needs to.
Are you worried about this Magnus third partying you if you go all in for the Jackie?
Oh, I don't think I should be, but because I don't think another Magnus can really chase another Magnus if they're like same movement speed. It's the same character, so they don't have like something new that can chase you with.
True.
Seems like they're trading. They might start a fight. I'm not sure. But I want to watch out for them. Carp bread. Wait, when did they change to 550? That's a lot.
He got buffed. I don't think it was. Is that there in the last patch or the patch before? I don't actually 100% remember. Yeah, carp bread used to be like the int bread, but
yeah.
Now it's not quite as bad.
There is the potato bread still.
Potato bread is still the absolute int bread at 380 x2.
That's. I don't think I'm gonna need that because I already have a lot of food.
Yeah, your food's like really good.
Not sure where the other Magnus is gonna go from here.
Dude, is that the Hudson Memorial Hospital? It says it right there on the desk.
Whoa.
Dang.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they seem to be fighting here. The zone's keep going red, so that means two players are. Oh, wow.
So in a situation like this, would you ever? Yeah, I was gonna say, would you ever want to come over in third party, knowing that they're both probably pretty low?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh,
he made it in.
I'll make sure that he gets hit by me before he blows up.
I thought you were gonna. Oh, that's funny. Wow. You brought the mithril armor. Oh.
I don't think my bike can kill him here. Yeah.
No, I don't think that kills. Oh. Jackie. Never mind.
He's life stealing everything. Oh, that's not good.
Are you worried about him grabbing the mithril armor? Like, mithril...
Oh, he already has it.
Oh. Well then.
He has a lower timer than me right now, so if I can keep him out, he's gotta be scared to blow. So I could play around the console here, try to get a wall stun off maybe if I can. But it seems like it's not working right now, really.
Yeah, this is a pretty rough final zone. Oh, he gave you an opportunity. It's gonna be huge, actually.
He can't be. I gotta wait for his ulti to run now. Oh, it's gotta be rough. Oh, he's done.
He's done for. Nicely done, dude. GG. Wow, that was stressful.
I didn't get to show off the moving and craft.
Well, you always show. I mean, I guess you don't have to necessarily play Magnus again, but yeah, like that. Dude, that was a stressful game. That was really well done. Nicely done. Recommend current plan.
Very nice.
Wow. That was crazy. Nicely done, dude. Well, that just goes to show that, like, hey, even in a situation like that where you have a very built Jackie, I mean, even with that mithril armor, which in theory should counter a lot of your damage coming at you, as long as you play your terrain right, you can really pull it off.
The moving and crafting thing is only on Magnus.
So yeah, how does it even work? What's the bug there? Actually, we probably shouldn't talk about that. Anyway, so before we get into what's up?
No.
You can queue up if you want.
Yeah.
So before we get into this next game, I have some questions. We actually sent out a sort of a Q&A form on Discord, and some people sent in some questions to ask you. So some questions from the community. Question number one. They're all anonymous because I forgot to ask for usernames. Question number one comes from anonymous. Asks WaterFudge, is Shukai still S tier?
Shukai is still really good. It's just I haven't been playing it because I started disliking his playstyle where you can't do much in the early game, like as any other characters. Like he still is tanky and like can one shot people. If you get cooked to 150 stack and you get the extra wave.
So who are you gonna play this game? You got more Magnus, or do we have something else in store for us?
I was thinking Cicella, but the factory looks really crowded, and the route I go is factory.
Would it be Pedal Torrent Cicella? Probably would be, right?
Yeah, it'll be Pedal Torrent. I think I'll try the Alex. I haven't played in a while though.
How do you feel about Pedal Torrent Cicella in the meta right now?
I think Pedal Torrent itself is a really unbalanced.
Yeah, it's pretty strong.
It's not in a healthy state.
I mean, Pedal Torrent's kind of always been like that. I like for a long time now, Pedal Torrent's been pretty insanely strong. Like it was being used a lot on Alex recently. It's been used a lot on Cicella for like forever. I don't know why when you go to load, it shows this still of Magnus on a fridge, but whatever.
I think it's just a Discord.
It's just a Discord thing.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Anyway, more questions from the community before we get into this Alex game. WaterFudge, which is the character you'd like to see buffed the most?
Buff.
Yeah, which character do you want buffs on the most?
I had to go to like a whole character list to notice that one. But in my mind right now, I think that's hard.
It doesn't necessarily have to be who do you think is the weakest character. It could be maybe a character that you want to play but feel is sort of weak at the moment. Like, which character do you want to see some buffs for?
I think Bernice might need some like rework. Because like he can't do anything against range really, but he's like really good against melee. Like he's like too good. It's like the matchups are really terrible for him sometimes.
Yeah, Bernice does have some very polarizing matchups. Like he's extremely good against like Kiara, but then just loses hard to characters like Heart. Like it's just kind of a weird character position to be in. So Alex is an interesting character. Alex has 4 different weapon types that he can use, and he can switch freely between all of them at mid-combat. He scales his mastery with all of them at the same time. I see in your build that you're going for Pistol Tonfa. Is Pistol Tonfa, in your opinion, the best way to play Alex at the moment?
I think if you can add a Pedal Torrent to this build, it'll be really good, but I cannot handle all that at the same time.
Is it 3 weapons too much?
Yeah, you have to swap to all those weapons. It's really difficult to do that.
How do you feel about Alex in the meta? Because I know he got nerfed pretty significantly in the Season 3 patch, especially because his amp variants were doing too well. How is Alex doing these days, in your opinion?
He's still doing fine, but it's not performing like crazy like it was before. Like he's still really good, I feel like.
Makes sense. I'm actually curious, do you play Leon at all?
I played decent amount of Leon, but he got changed. I'm not sure what's happening to him anymore.
I was gonna say, because Leon, the Alex change reminded me of the Leon change, which was a pretty significant, nerf. I was gonna ask you how you felt about Leon after the changes, but if you haven't played it much, then I guess it doesn't really matter.
I just know he changed from like a amp to like somewhat just like a normal globe character where they just go.
Yeah, it's because he couldn't apply flat amp on his W anymore.
Yep. So this is the dangerous part where you teleport to forest. Hopefully you don't meet Hedgen. Or you just die.
Well, you could always press tab and see if the hedges are in your lobby.
Yeah. I would probably walk to it if I've seen any. Instead of teleporting in.
So, since this build only can sustain 6 items, what is the 7th item in your build that you're going to be making?
I'm going White Crane fan for my accessory.
Okay, sounds good. So, as someone who doesn't play a lot of Alex, run me through why Tonfa to match your amp pistol build.
Well, plasma Talpa is a really easy item to build.
Mm.
And it's just one zone is cool. Also, the plasma Talpa has like 4 vision range, so you can see before like they see you, which is really good in this game.
That's
To see
interesting.
them before you do.
I mean, vision range, in my opinion, is just a stat that is underrated by newer players a lot. Do you feel like vision range is a really strong stat?
I feel like it's really strong. But if you see them before they see you, like, you can jump on them and they won't expect it to happen. The birthday cake, I think, is a really good addition to the game. Like a new food source.
So wait, what exactly is the birthday cake recipe? It's citrus cake and eggs.
Egg.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's pretty easy to make between hotel and forest,
Yeah.
and honestly between archery and hotel.
I don't know if I wanna. There's still a tree up here.
Tree.
I mean, I'll take it if there is.
Okay. Tree would go to, I'm guessing, Scotty or Glacial, but which would you prefer?
I think I prefer Glacial because the movement speed on Straight Jacket isn't as good as it was before. It got like nerfed a lot. And the Glacial, I think it's a buff where they got rid of the.
It became like not not Maverick Runners type deal.
It's like it's not like non-combat thing anymore. It's just like a lot more movement speed than before.
Yeah.
임무 성공률이 높아진 것 같은데.
Out of curiosity, when it comes to, there's a few new items that were added over the last few patches that increased healing. Talking about, I believe it's Taproot, if I'm not mistaken, and Nightingale. How do you feel about those items? Do you feel like they have a place in the meta, or are they sort of too niche and you don't really see anyone using them?
I think it's a really big addition to the game. The healing reductions, like, it's good to have, but I don't think you should build it for like to get something. Like, you should make something else just to get the healing reduction. I mean, healing increase.
Yeah, healing increase.
자,
생존자가 사망했습니다.
타깃은 어디쯤 있으려나?
Where?
새 금지
Oh, wow,
구역이
Uptown's up.
지정되었습니다.
Oh my gosh, there's a
Party.
lot of people in Uptown.
Yeah, but the one seems to be on the alpha.
Well, Alpha is in Factory, though. It's not even like he
Yeah.
spawned in Uptown or something.
Yeah.
생존자가 사망했습니다.
So I just saw a Nathapon die. And I'm curious, speaking of new additions, how do you feel about Nathapon?
얼른 타깃을 찾도록 하죠.
It's
Have you,
very.
have you played much of him?
I played him like twice in like a normal game. It's just a character. If you miss one skill, like you lose the fight. Like you have to land it. I'm not. I don't know how to feel about him.
At the
But I don't
very
think
least,
he's
he
in a
looks
good
cool.
state. Oh, that's a free Uchiwa. I mean,
Ooh. Just on the
I'll
ground.
take-
This is a DoorDash
yeah,
right
I'll-
there.
damn. Okay.
급속
So like now I probably just want to see people like where they are to fight them. I'll probably go to what is it, hotel so I can get ice with my glacial. Oh, like,
Oh. Oh my god, that is filthy. Oh my god!
oh,
Can he do that? Is that legal?
it's just a Tonfa skill. Tonfa skill is like very underrated because it's just on Chun-Woo and Alex, I guess.
없죠.
But when you get hit by a Tonfa skill, that thing hits hard.
사람들을 찾아보죠.
That was so clean. That was insane.
온몸이 쑤시.
I remember, I mean, it used to be back when Air Rain was like even more insane and Tonfa skill was even more insane. Like, you could just kill somebody if you centered their arrow rain with the Tonfa Reflect.
Oh,
Like, it's such a good counter to arrow rain. Or rain of arrows.
yeah, it's a really good counter. I feel like it's really good in duels as well.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
If they're like bow character, you just arrow rain them, they will just stop poking you with it then. They're too scared to after that.
열어볼까요?
새 금지 구역이 지정되었습니다.
I got my OT up, I guess. I can probably fight another person.
이런
Oh, but there seems to be two people here. So I don't know if I want to all in on this. Or they're fighting actually.
새로운 타깃이군요.
And they're gone.
조금 그립긴 하네요.
We could just go hospital, forest, maybe go to tree and see if there are any fights I can take.
인상적이군요.
Yeah, so is your goal right now to try and take fights, or would you rather go for a tree to go for a second glacial item? Oh,
Oh, that's a pedal torrent. That's
pedal
scary.
towards the Sella.
탐이 시작합니다.
Oh. That's... I kind of forgot what a W sky. I should have all in there.
사람들을 찾아보죠.
생존자가
새로운 무기가
이제 생존자가 10명 남았습니다.
항상 죽음을 기억해야 하는 법이죠.
생존자가 사망했습니다.
So, what is your game plan right now? Like, what is the strategy?
I think it's just still finding people and kill them. Like,
Finding people and killing them.
yeah, I don't think there's much to do here. There's like no really build up I need until Wake Line.
빨리 잡고 이동할 겁니다.
What
생존자가 사망했습니다.
I can prep for gunbuy maybe and just get a... I can do that in Avenue actually, so...
How do you feel about gunbuy in general, actually?
굳이 말
gunbuy?
Another very interesting new addition to the game.
It's a really good item. It's like BF Blood sample worthy item to make.
좋아 보입니다.
It has like the healing reduction. It has 12 CDR. It gives you like some movement speed and like enhanced auto attack. So if the Jackie can waste his jump on me right now, I can probably combo him. Oh.
Jesus!
If
Oh
he
my God.
uses his jump to engage on me, he has no escape to get out of my R.
Unfortunately, yeah. Oh my god. Wing, I'm so sorry. Look, I love Wing, and I know Wing, and Wing will 100% jump in there. He wants to brawl.
생존자가 사망했습니다.
Oh, poor Wing.
Wow. I'm just gonna. I'm not gonna use it, but I'm just gonna take it so no one takes it.
Do you ever find yourself despawning stuff in animals?
I mean, if there's the animals nearby, I would.
Well,
Yeah. If the animals these are like there, yeah, I just shove it in there. If they're not, I just put in one of the chests because like in later game, no one really looks at chests to find your stuff.
yeah, true.
항상 죽음을 기억해.
I guess I can make smart bomb.
감정 강조죠.
Oh yeah, if you have a free RDX, you might as well.
I mean, or I can build a pedal turret, but I don't think my brain's ready to handle that. I haven't tried it with like 3 weapons on Alex before.
Yeah, that's intimidating, honestly. Swapping between all 3 of them, Jesus.
I really don't need this many SP for either. Should drop some.
자, 열어볼까요?
So Avenue is closing. Not sure where Wick's gonna go because the AI has been changed and it just doesn't. It just goes to open zone wherever it wants.
인간이란 늘 무언가에 의지하고 싶어하죠. 급속
So how important is farming? Take it from like a new person who's never played the game more than a few days, comes up to, ooh, hold that thought.
Oh, he still has.
potential victim. Oh wow, yeah, he ulted straight out of that.
Yeah,
Did not
I
have
thought
to
he-
ult for that.
he might. I thought he
움직이시면 안 돼요.
I thought he used his ult to fight there. I guess he didn't.
Not the worst evaluation, honestly. So say assume you're talking to someone who's a few days into the game. They don't fully understand farming. How valuable is farming on specifically Alex? Like if you're just talking about, I'm not saying like, you know, Nadine, a character who obviously benefits very blatantly from farming, but just, you know, any old person. How important is farming animals?
Mastery. The weapon mastery is like the biggest impact in the fight over like health, move, anything. Because it just increases your damage, and if you can get enough weapon mastery, you can just like stat check them at that point. Oh, there's someone in chapel. I'm not sure if I know. We're going? Okay.
Ooh, looks like it's the Kathy.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, at least you know that she doesn't have her ult. Or at least she might not have her ult. Ooh. Oh, and you have the Wick line assist too!
Yeah.
And the ult killed Wick!
Oh,
It's so
that
clean.
연쇄 처치 중입니다.
항상 죽음을 기억해야 하는 것.
So you made a Kandala, I just noticed. Kandala good on Alex, you'd say?
I feel like Kundala is good on like any amp character.
죽은 자는
It's like really good. If the 20% skill and you got movement speed and vision range,
최종
And some max
And-
HP.
yeah, and hell, that's like a lot. That's like really overstated for accessory.
거기입니까? 위장하겠습니다.
Not sure what I want to do with this anymore. Maybe prominence if I can, or maybe Queen of Hearts.
Look, I won't lie. I've never really played that much Amp Alex, but this looks really fun. Like, you're making this look really fun. Like, these rotations are so clean. What's your flowchart of combos? If someone's never touched Amp Alex before, they want to learn how to play it, what's your flowchart? Do you walk around in... I've noticed you mostly walk around in melee form? Is that true?
항상
Yeah,
죽음을
I walk with melee because plasma Tom for vision range, so you just get to know where they are before.
Like, what's your
When you get-
general combo?
I wanna, like, if I can, I wanna poke them with my pistol Q first, and get some stacks, and change to Tomfo with the E, then Q, and then Q in, then R, then taunt them. I've always messed up where you taunt then R, that you can't change your pistol again.
Makes sense. So it's in melee form you go QRE.
새로운
Yeah,
활기-
Q R E, then you go to your pistol, then you wanna use your Q W, then weapon's gonna use your Q again.
시간을 좀
I'm
지켜줘.
kinda scared of this Cicella right now. She can like one shot when she wants to.
이런 곳에서 기다려 볼까요? 급속
Seems like someone just TP'd there.
쓸만한 걸 보급했길 바랄 뿐이죠.
I think God Arms is better. The attack
Interesting.
speed is... Oh, the Cicella seems to be there.
별 느낌은 없습니다.
I stopped building my... Oh. I could make a C4 here actually.
좋아 보입니다.
어.
타겟 확인했습니다.
잠시만요.
이번 임무도 성공할 겁니다.
Oh. Wow, that was not...
That was a
that
sus ult.
that was...
I don't know about that. It was a good
Yeah.
idea though.
Yeah. And they just reduce it with the weapon skill.
거기입니까?
That's true. Yeah, you can slowly grind it down with that weapon skill.
Now I'm just like even more scared to go near Cicella. Oh my.
말이 없는
I just need to chill until
여러 가지 의미로
my ulti comes up.
쓰지는 않은 것입니다. 서로 운이 나빴던 걸로 할까?
잠시 후 임시
어,
안전지대가
I'd like to grab
활성화됩니다.
console if I can here. To see who's in which zone. Cicella seems to be okay. I'm gonna set up in this zone then.
So yeah, I was gonna say, which of these last remaining survivors are you the most scared of? It's probably the pedal torrent Cicella.
말이
Yeah, oh.
Oh, she missed her she missed her pull.
Oh,
누군가가
she.
연쇄 처치 중입니다.
Oh, then it just goes to the last zone in the camera. So I'm gonna set up, I'm gonna wait up there.
So she was low HP there. Was that not a reason to sort of...
No,
I mean,
she gets
she's-
stronger at
she's full.
lower HP.
True, that is Cicella, that is true. She does have to die eventually though.
Yeah, but
새로운 타깃이군요.
I don't want to risk it there because Pedal Sis can one-shot a lot of people, and my build
Yes.
doesn't have much.
Tankiness.
Yeah, it's just pretty much. It's like 2,000 HP. It has like no HP in the build except for Kundala actually right now.
신문이라도 읽으면서
곧 보안 콘솔 주변이 최종 안전지대로 설정됩니다.
알려주세요.
거기입니까? 거기입니까? 거기입니까?
Ooh, nice shot.
Actually, I wanna. Should I just? I'm thinking of just R'ing her here so she gets out.
굳이 말하자면 감흥은 없는 공간입니다.
잠시 후 최종 안전지대가 설정됩니다.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
No, pedal turret, no! Nice! Woo!
또 미치도 않았는데.
Good stuff, man.
연쇄 처치 중입니다.
yeah. Even just with their Q and E and weapon skill, that did a lot of damage to me.
That was legit terrifying. I mean, it was the weapon skill, the caltrops. It does so
Yeah.
much damage with that pedal turret. It's pretty absurd. But you made it through. Nice. Ooh, taproot too. Well, good job, dude. So, yeah, Alex is a really complicated character to pick up, I would say. Is there any advice you would give to a first-time Alex player?
First time, Alex.
First time, never seen it before.
Oh, I
Yeah,
think you should.
I was gonna say, they have a general understanding how it works, but yeah. How would you... What advice would you give a first-time Alex player?
The amp Alex, it's like really complicated for build wise and the combo wise. I think the auto tech one is like it's not as good as amp, but it's like easier to play with. And it's actually like really decent if you can get a higher mastery weapon than them. So I think the auto tech one might be a good start that you can swap to amp when you get used to like weapon swapping with like other stuff.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. All right, cool. Well, while we are in sort of the between games right now, I would like to throw some more questions from the community your way. Sound good?
Should I queue up?
Yeah, go for it.
Yep.
Let's do at least one more. Let me check with my producer, see how much time we still have. But yeah, so a few more questions from the community. Someone anonymously asks, well, I mean, I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this one. WaterFudge, do you ever play off-meta characters?
Off-meta character.
Off-meta charactries. You
I'm
play a
not
variety,
sh-
but to me, I kind of see you as like a meta player. So do you ever play off-meta?
I really don't play like off-meta character. Unless it's like I actually like the character and it's fun.
Would you have considered Magnus to have been off-meta when you picked him up last season?
Oh yeah, that was the Magnus. What just didn't exist really in the game until when I started playing, and like everyone just joined in. It was pretty good.
Because I think, like, as far as people who actually played Magnus before in NA, we're not talking about the other regions, but like in NA, there was like maybe 2 Magnus players. It was like 3 Magnus players. It was like Magnus, myself, Scara, and like I am forgetting someone else. There's someone else too, but like there was like not a lot of Magnus players, especially not tank Magnus. It was mostly when like Vajra got added, right?
The Vajra ad like helped them get more like popular, I guess. Because it was easy build. Like he's an easy character, and that was an easy build. It was like 3 zone 5.5 items.
Yeah, and actually that leads into another question from the community. So Jolly Roger was also an item that saw a lot of play on tank Magnus. Someone from the community asks, why is Jolly Roger better than Laced Quiver on tank Magnus?
The thing is, I think Lace Quiver is better, but I started going Jolly Roger when it first came out because the lifesteal was really nice because I don't have to eat food every time I started hitting wolves or like rest. But I think Lace Quiver is better just because of the routing in that Roger build.
Another similar question. There was actually no surprise. There was actually a lot of questions about Magnus stuff because you were pretty prolific being the high-ranking Magnus that you were at the end of last season. So a few more Magnus questions I'm going to get through real quick. Do you think Magnus was too strong?
I'm assuming they're talking about like the season 2.
Yeah, season 2, end of season 2.
Was it too strong? It was really good against like amp characters because the build had 28% amp reduction, just that Bodra build.
Mm-hmm.
But like against like ENAC characters like Rio, Heart, like what other ENAC characters are there? Like AR Aya, it's really bad into them, but it's really good into spell characters. So I'm not sure if it was overpowered.
And one more Magnus question. Anonymous asks, WaterFudge, why did so many people in NA suddenly start playing Tank Magnus around the end of Season 2?
I honestly don't know the answer to that either.
You could say it was strong. It was pretty strong.
I guess it was fun.
It was fun. Okay. All right.
It was like easy to like learn. Like it was like easy in general. Oh no. Why is everyone TPing in here? My piano wire. So in this build, you build 2 weapons because Pedal Torrent only has like 4 ammos. So you want to use like other weapon when you're not fighting.
So what is your secondary weapon that you normally hold on to?
I build Fuma. But I feel like you can just do it like just regular weapon. But I like having like a fully built weapon.
I feel the same way. Every time I've ever played Pedal Torrent in the past, it's always felt really janky holding like a throwing stars or something. Like I never felt good about swapping to it. So making a full Fuma makes sense. Is this a build? I mean, clearly the build name is in Korean, so I don't think you made this build. But is this a build that you've iterated on at all, or is this something that you just sort of picked up and you liked it?
I just found it in a recommended build like long time ago, like beginning of season 2.
Yeah.
I think this guy like updated and like made it like really good. I didn't change anything to it. It's like already like a really good state.
Do you feel like Pedal Torrent Cicella takes a long time to come online? Like, do you feel vulnerable until you get your first core set of items?
Yeah, this thing takes long time to make it. That's like the downside of the Pedal Torrent. Like in Pedal Torrent in general, it takes so long to make. You need like 4 zone at least to make the weapon.
I mean, this is like one of the most controversial builds in the game. I'm not gonna. There's no cap in here. There's no there's no downplaying because I think everyone knows how controversial Pedal Torrent Cicella has been. Because I mean, you saw in that last game, it can just absolutely annihilate you from 100 to 0 if you're not very on top of the situation. Fudge, I want to ask you, Pedal Torrent Cicella. What are the weaknesses? People who are struggling to fight against it don't know where the opening is, they don't play Cicella or they don't play Pedal Torrent. How can you help them beat this build in the future? What are the weaknesses?
You have to wait for her to use her E, and if the Cicella misses the E on you, that's when you have to engage. Because they need to hook you into the cow trap to like fully combo you.
Makes sense.
And yep. I don't know honestly, like real well, how to counter this character. I don't know myself. When I run into, I'm just scared that I'm gonna get one shot.
It's intimidating. It really is. So what's the 6th, or sorry, what's the 7th item in this build? Since you had 2 weapons in there, or was it just the crane fan?
It's a crimson bracelet.
Crimson bracelet. Okay, trying to make that bracelet a Scotty.
Yeah, I was supposed to fight for that tree there, but I stayed in chapel too long looking for my second piano wire. I couldn't fight for it. Normally I'll be able to.
If you personally could change Pedal Torrent in any way, what would you change?
I thought about that a lot. It's really hard. It just the main problem is a flat ENAD, the 130 ENAD on the weapon. And you can do it 4 times, so that's like 520 true damage.
Well, you know, true damage in quotes. It's pretty close.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm supposed to look for bracelet. I forgot about that.
Oops.
I just zoned out.
Sorry, you have an excuse. You're being interviewed while you're playing. Not everyone has to deal with that. In team modes, have you been playing much duos lately, or have you mostly been playing solos?
It's hard to play duos in here. Like, I only like playing rank. I don't like playing normals that much.
Yeah.
Now, if I want to kill rank duos, it takes a bit to find.
Wait, wasn't that just the? Oh, you already got the bracelet. Never mind. I'm tripping. So in duos, if you do play duos, who do you like to play? What character floats your boat?
It depends. I just go with who I'm playing with. So like,
It's a team player right there. I respect that.
The person I'm playing, like, it's like Hedgen, or like if I can match with their route, I just try to match their route when I can. I just play a character that. Oh, that hurts.
Monka.
Oh
no! Oh, we could do another game. That was short. All right.
Yeah.
That was unfortunate. You got bigger Cicella W'd.
That was unlucky.
Yeah, that was bad beats. I think maybe your controller was lagging or something, or your brother hopped on the controller for a sec.
That's also the downside of pedal Cicella or pedal torrent builds, because like, you don't get your build finished that quick. Well, I did like get slowed down by like some spawns that game, but I didn't have like my commander's armor.
Yeah,
which is huge as well.
Do you feel like pedal torrent Cicella is weak if you don't get the trees?
I feel pedal torrent Cicella just strong the second she gets pedal torrent.
That's pretty true.
Like, yeah.
Okay, so let me look at the. Let's look at the. Oh, never mind. You see, we could look at the characters real quick. I wanted to ask you if there was any character that you used to play but don't play anymore, but you would like to go back to.
When I first started the game, I played a lot of Yuki.
Really?
Like, yeah.
I don't think I remember the WaterFudge Yuki times.
Like season 1, I had like most Yuki games for my it was like 100 games for me.
Oh my god, I had no idea.
But like it's like slowly like started falling off. Like there's like not much you could do with that character.
True.
Like you can't really improve on him. It's like hard to explain. It's like there's like limit to what you can do as a character.
Low skill.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I have a few more questions from the community, so I want to try and throw those by you. Since we are graced with another game, WaterFudge Anonymous asks, what is the best character in the game?
Character in the game currently
in the game.
This is really all situational, like who you're against. Like, I don't know actually.
It's really hard to just say like objectively there's a best character, right?
Yeah.
So this question's kind of loaded. I won't lie, but if you just had to answer them, who do you think is like, you know, probably the strongest, maybe the least flaws, high up on that tier list?
I want to say Sua, but her build. Yeah.
Okay.
But her build is holding her back. It's like
her routing sucks.
Yeah. Like you need CDR.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them. Oh no!
That was almost really toxic.
I mean, people that start factory like goes to chapel a lot, so you know I want to slow them down.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but it is toxic, I guess. But
oh no, that is fair game. There is nothing wrong with that. No, if I wasn't calling you toxic in like a bad way, that is pulling someone off of a TP is everyone does it. If you're playing Lennox and you walk up to the TP in Avenue and you don't flay everybody off of it, like you're just not playing the game. Like that's just eternal return right there.
It's hard to resist.
WaterFudge, one more quick question. Sorry, Whiplash, not whatever. That's the other game. Fudge, one more question. This is kind of a general question. What is your favorite part of ERBS? I think I already sort of asked you this before, but let's hear it again.
My favorite part?
What's your favorite part of ERBS? Is it the characters? Is it the gameplay? Is it the BR aspect? Is it the people? Is it the community? Ooh.
Oh,
Is it the content creators?
Oh,
Is it the Nimble Neuron employees?
wow. I mean, I like a lot about this game. Like the community is nice, actually. And like, okay, the community is really nice. I like the battle royale, like the genre, a lot. It's like fun to play. I just can't. Multitasking is really hard, huh?
This is probably the hardest thing that anyone's going to ever have to do, which is give or sort of, yeah, basically give an interview while also playing the game. Especially, do you stream, by the way?
Oh, I do not stream.
Yeah, so it's hard, especially if like you probably don't have a lot of practice with playing and being on a stream at the same time. The people are missing out on the WaterFudge experience, man. This is the first time. It's probably the first time if you aren't like hanging around in like a Discord server with Fudge, is that you'd ever be able to see like the first person perspective of one of the best players in NA. So as sort of just like a general thing for pedal torrents to sell it, this seems like really obvious, but again, for any new players here who are looking into maybe playing pedal torrents to sell it, why is it that you're making two weapons?
Pedal torrent only has 4 charges, so if you're like attacking like let's say like wolves, like the mobs, like or camera will be a big problem if you don't have another weapon to hit with, because you're using all your pedal torrent to get rid of one camera.
Yeah, and you don't want to use up all your auto attack charges just
Yeah,
clearing
but
something that insignificant.
Yeah, this thing takes 60 seconds each to charge up one. It's like, that's a minute. 1 minute for each charge.
So as a pretty stark contrast to the Magnus build that we saw in the first game, your build is coming online much slower, and you're hitting a much later power spike. Since you're I mean, that's just the nature of the build. It's not like you're playing incorrectly or something, but because of that, do you find yourself doing anything different? Are you prioritizing cameras a little bit more? Are you just playing safer in general? How do you handle a build that spikes so late?
You have to just run away from everyone in the early game. But when you can make it out alive, you can fight almost anyone. So like making it out early game is like the hardest part of like these kind of builds.
Do you find yourself winning that tree fight, or is there someone? If you see someone at the tree fight, do you just go, I concede, you can have it, I'm just gonna move on?
If I have pedal torrent, I can fight them. Oh. Oh, wow.
That was scary.
That was scary. I still have like a full idea of how this character works.
He's so cool though.
Yeah, he just pushed me into like the wall and I came back.
It's so cool. I love Jan. What a cool character.
I played that really bad that one.
Doesn't matter. You're playing pedal torrent. You're all good.
Yeah.
Plus, you got the Scotty as well. Scotty's huge. So, again, I know these are some pretty obvious questions, but I'm gonna ask them anyways because that's the point. Ooh. Hold on, I'll let you take this fight first. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, that's filthy. Oh.
Wait.
Oh. Wait a second. Ooh.
She's really fast with Jolly Roger.
부족이에요.
Ah.
맛있을까요?
Good try. So, 2 questions. 1. Hold on, never mind, you're still in a fight. I'm gonna let you fight. Ooh, nice W.
누군가 연쇄 처치 중입니다.
He's so clean.
쉬어야겠어요.
God, you throw those caltrops down and their health bar just goes. It's filthy.
Yeah, if you make it out of early game, you just win
사망했습니다.
most of the game.
It's like the turbo late game build. If you get the glacial ice and you get your pedal torrent and the rest of your build online, it's just it's truly like the Exodia
많이 아파요.
of this game. It's so strong. So, the questions I was going to ask before you took several back-to-back fights. Question number 1. Against that Luke, you opened up with your ultimate from the bush. Why did you do that? What was the thought process with that maneuver?
I want to use my ulti in the fight, but I can't do it like in the middle of the fight because this thing takes some time to use.
It takes a long cast time, yeah.
And if I can use it in a bush, I mean, he doesn't have like skill that can cancel my ulti. But if like against a character, I can cancel my ult. If I'm in a bush, it can't like stop my ult.
Well, also it's good to open with it because it enhances your passive, doesn't it?
Yeah, you get you with the lower HP you are, the more damage it does.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like it literally it doesn't like enhance the damage of your passive or something.
I haven't like really read into it.
I think if you it's on. I think the text is on the ult somewhere,
스케치북을 파는 상점은
right?
없을까요?
Your ulti does more damage the lower you are.
Dealing damage with the skill increases the damage from agony by I think 100% for 5 seconds or something. Yeah. That last text. So I mean, that's a really good opening move because you're basically buffing up that incredibly high damage that you already had. Ooh. The self pull. Jesus. Off the ult? Yeah.
You should be dead.
You love to see it.
Yeah. I feel bad. It's just not a. I don't think it's like fair.
I don't think it's fair.
I think it's not the Sicilla, it's just a pedal torrent.
It's just the pedal torrent. It really is just the pedal torrent. Like you don't do that on Azure Dagger.
Like you can't do that and like just Fuma. You can't do it on just what is it? The Dark Mystic.
Mystic Jade Charm.
Yeah, Mystic Jade Charm.
Doesn't do it on Death Rune. Doesn't do it on Wind and Fire Wheels. Doesn't do it on Azure Dagger. It's really just pedal torrent.
Yeah.
That's why this build is so controversial.
It just needs some kind of real, but I'm not sure what you can do with it.
Look,
it's like really hard.
I've been a pedal torrent Sicilla, or not Sicilla, pedal torrent hater for like forever. Because it's what it's done is it's led to a lot of characters getting changed over time when it's like it's the pedal torrent, it's not the character. Like, yeah, but it is what it is. Like, I totally respect the idea of pedal torrent. I think pedal torrent is really cool. Like the idea of it. Like a really, really low charge but high power weapon is really cool to me. Like I do really like that. So yeah, I mean I think that's pretty cool at the very least.
Not sure what to do from here.
Yeah, so what's your thought process right now? What do you want to do? Are you waiting for Wick to show up before you fight? Are you just trying to knock anyone down that you see? Like what's the game plan?
Looking for a fight, but I'll normally go for a tree, but both of the trees that's spawning is in red zone. And the meteorite's also going on red zone. And
is it worth it to go into the red for the tree?
I mean, currently I don't think I need anything for tree. And I just want to fight right now, but there's like Omega's also in red zone. All of them are just in the red zone, the objectives that people will go for. I'll probably just TP into one of the plays. I'll go for Nadine before she scales up.
The poor Nadine. A choice was made, and WaterFudge chose Nadine.
D is like a really weird matchup because she can auto attack you from like really far. So like, hitting your E on her is like really hard.
Ooh, she looks really squishy though.
Like, oh wow, oh wow,
She got moves though. Okay.
I just she just yuked me.
생존자가 사망했습니다.
Oh wow, she's fast. That's a lot of movement speed.
Wait, what?
That's
What
five
is,
feathers.
what is
Wait,
that build?
싶었어요.
Guess I can't chase her.
It's like an incomplete build, but it's just all movement speed.
Like that's like one movement speed on all of them.
Oh my god.
Maybe that's what this guy's trying to go for.
He's just trying to run a marathon, man. Dude, I didn't even see what his farm was. Maybe he's just like sprinting between zones and farming like crazy. His mastery's not bad. It's at 16.
He's 16. That's pretty good for 12 minutes in.
That is a really funny build.
사망했습니다.
I
Oh,
actually-
he got it killed.
Did he just killed somebody? With that
Yeah,
build?
he just killed a Magnus somewhere.
What is happening?
Yeah, that's interesting.
That is that's one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in this game. I've seen a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
저는 없을 거야.
I'm just gonna wait for yellow box here. Like,
쉰다고 해서
only real upgrades probably like Gunby, Queen of Hearts,
않겠죠.
maybe Glacial Shoes.
Yeah, how do you feel about Gunby, Sanguine Gunby on Sicela? Specifically Peltorrent.
Well, your auto attack enhances like really nice with your passive. And you get movement speed, and you don't auto attack as much like before fighting. Like while in fight, you auto attack. With your poker with your Q, you don't lose your movement speed.
Would you rather have Kundala or Sanguine Gunby?
That's tough. Cooldown reduction or more damage.
새 금지 구역이 지정되었습니다.
I think Kundala for the vision,
That makes sense.
and that's a radar.
상자 같아요.
Ooh. That goes on the phone.
Yeah, that and EOD boots. My favorite from yellow boxes.
윌슨이 바다를 보고 싶어 했어요.
I should probably TP from a hotel there.
윌슨,
Oh,
Ooh.
세계의
Ooh, nice,
that
nice.
was great.
누군가가 루미아 섬을 지배하고 있습니다.
So the game plan for Sicela against Luke, what would you say it is?
If they E into you, you can use your E, cause they're right onto you and you can hit it easily.
한다고 해서
But if they're not,
생존자가
I think you just poke them with Q if they don't engage with their E or Q.
Mm.
I don't think it's a favorable matchup for Luke there.
Yeah, if you are the Luke in that situation, what do you?
한 번에 갈 수 있어요.
I mean, I don't know if you play a lot of Luke, but like, what is?
이곳에서
How would you even approach that fight in a way that might be favorable for you?
I mean, the real answer is I'd probably just run. But if I want to fight,
You have to
again,
fight. It's a 1v1. You gotta fight.
You gotta make her miss her E. You gotta dodge her E first. Because if they can't pull you back and you're on her, you can't like fight. She can't do anything about it if someone's on her.
미안해.
Oh,
Ooh, Fiora. How's your Fiora matchup?
yeah, it's probably the same as a Luke.
Yeah, it's just a melee that wants to jump on you and stay on you. So as long as you like E her, you're probably fine.
알려주세요.
I mean,
But if
like a lot of
if you-
Sicela matchups, it's like, do you land the E or do you not?
Yeah, E is really big in
지정되었습니다.
on the fights.
아프게 해서 미안해요.
He has glacial shoes.
Glacial shoes.
That's a interesting build.
Shang?
I haven't seen that shirt that much.
Yeah, and a. Well, I mean, I get it. Flat amp does apply
상자 같아요.
onto her ultimate auto attacks, like which is basically all of her auto attacks. So I get it. It's essentially ENAB. That's kind of a cute build. I don't hate that.
I think Cow, it's a good item, but it's just the routing is really weird to build for. The new shirt.
쓸만한 게 들었으면 좋겠어요.
So with only
Oh.
3 people left here, what would you say your biggest danger is?
Uh,
Like, how could you lose this match at this point?
If I try to fight someone and another person comes up and they just third party it, I think that's how the only way I'll really lose. Or if I misplay.
Makes sense. So how can you avoid that?
신기해.
Grab console vision, make sure that no one's around or like nearby when you're fighting. Console vision is really important. And if they are around, you just gotta like not fight them. Or if they aren't, you can just fight them and just make it 1v1 afterwards.
입원하기 전에는 집에서만 살았어. 윌슨. 미안해.
생존자가 사망했습니다. 잠시 후
The the movement speed Nadine is down? Okay.
남았습니다.
한숨했지만
Oh no. Oh, you hate to see it.
That's
살아남는 게 강한
Hey.
것이란
yeah.
말이
There it is. All right.
생각나네요.
Well, G, dude.
Nice.
So I mean, hey, 3 out of 4. That's not too bad. So that's a pretty good win rate.
I want to show something about Magnus in a practice tool.
Sure. Yeah. Let's see it. Is this the crafting thing?
Yeah, it's a crafting thing. I don't think it's a bug.
I was
But
gonna
it's
say
like,
this is a bug. We probably shouldn't be showing off bugs on stream.
I don't think it's a bug, but it's like a. I think it's like a mechanic. I guess
Okay.
like something.
I'll
Wait,
allow it tentatively.
Yeah. I mean, it
This
might
may
be.
be-
Like,
This may be a bug report.
it could get hot fixed.
Is it like game breaking? Like what are we
I
looking
don't.
at?
It's not a game break. It's like a good mechanic. Like it gives like a skill for a Magnus.
Okay. Let's check it out.
I found it. I was watching some Korean YouTuber. Now he was showing the skill. I was like, that's crazy.
Let's check it out.
It's very situational. And Magnus is on the pond bridge again.
Magnus is on the pond bridge again. I don't know why. That's actually really funny to me. It just like keeps flashing between it. All right,
Okay, so
show me what you got.
let's get level 6 first. Okay.
See, I don't know fully what this is, but I really hope you can just craft while biking or something.
It's
Maybe.
it's similar. No, yes, no. It's like you're off the bike. There, let me get something to craft. Like, let's build Kandala. So the thing with the Magnus bike is, after you get off the bike, like you can still move. Like you can. Like you can still attack while you're like moving, like right there.
Interesting. Okay.
Like so, like you can attack while moving. So you can do the same thing with this, and just like craft while moving like this.
What the? That's a bug. Okay, well, I'm gonna report that. You just got your own. Okay, well,
No.
good job, WaterFudge. You just got it fixed, buddy. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, I fixed it.
That's so niche, anyways. Yeah, it's not game breaking at all. But yeah, we should probably get that fixed. All right. Well, that's very cool, man. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty much everything. I super appreciate you coming out here and showing off your stuff, man. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
Do you have any final thoughts? Do you have any final words of advice? You are our first ever NA professor. Do you want to sort of say anything to new players, help them learn the game? What's your number one word of wisdom or something? Anything you want to say before you go?
For new players, I think you should like grab console before you do anything later on in the game. Console is really important in the fight.
Vision.
You don't want to, you don't want to get third party when you're fighting, and like it's a winnable fight for you, but you want to know if there's no one else to like mess with you.
Totally. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for coming out. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, and do you have any social media you want to plug? You said you don't stream, but do you have like anything you want to plug that you got going on?
I have like nothing. 'Cause I just play the game.
He just plays the game. Well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you.
All right, guys, that's going to be it for NA Professors, the first ever NA Professors. If you enjoyed this, let us know so we could do more streams like this in the future, feature more of the top NA talent, but that's going to be it for us. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you guys next time.